Ghetto Cowboy, Chapter 20. When I wake, I don't know where I am. Then it dawns on me that I'm in Harper's bed upstairs. How'd I get up here? I can't remember. Harper ain't around. I sit up and slowly the world comes to my head. It's day outside, but dark, 'cause I can still hear the rain falling off on the roof. There is some kind of commotion going on outside, and I go to the window to check it out. The rain is coming down harder than I've seen in a long time. I hear a bunch of noise and look down to the street in front of us. Jamaica Bob has his truck pulled up, and he and Harper is loading stuff into the pickup. Wood, hammers, and stuff. They must be crazy doing this in the pouring rain. I go to the top of the stairs. Harper comes back in to grab some rope. He already soaked, and the day's just starting. "Why are you working in the rain?" I ask. He looks at me, shakes his head. "Stay here." He heads back into the downpour. I go downstairs and see Jamaica Bob grabbing a toolbox out of Lightning's room. "What happened?" I ask. Storm tore a hole in the Ritz. Gotta move some horses and try to patch that roof before it gets worse." "Is Boo okay?" He grimaces. "He got out in time, but he's a little—" "What?" I ask. "Well, you know, he's a bit out of control." "I'm coming with you," I say, looking for my shoes. Bob shakes his head. "Harper wants you to stay here. Says you'll just get in the way." He shuts the door behind him as he leaves. I stare at the doorknob, thinking of Boo, and getting madder by the minute. Get in the way? What am I, a baby? If helping Boo means getting in the way, then what the heck? Then the heck with Harper. I get dressed. Outside, it's really pouring now. From the window, I can see a small river moving through the street. I find an old rain poncho in the closet, but my shoes ain't gonna help me none. I look by the door, and there's them cowboy boots Harper gave me. Better than nothing. It'd take me 5 minutes to figure out how to get them dang boots on my feet. I pull, and finally I get my foot all the way in. I stand up, and I feel 5 inches taller. It's kind of weird walking around in these things. They squeeze on my toes. They sound loud walking on the wood floors, but they'll do. Next thing I know, I'm trudging through the rain. The only plus is it ain't cold out. I keep moving, crossing the street where I can, and getting out of the way of passing cars so I don't get drowned by a wave. When I get to the stable, it looks like a war zone. It's a real mess, mud everywhere. A lot of guys, some I never seen before, is moving horses, hauling wood, soaked to the bone. Must be 20 of them come out to help. I head over to the Ritz, and the second I walk in, I see it. A huge hole opened up over Boo's stall. I panic. "Where's Boo?" Harper spots me and looks pissed. "Go home. He's okay. Damn thing busted out before it all fell down. Lucky he ran into the corral. Tex is trying to calm him." The last thing I'm going to do is go home now. I head back out to the corral. Boo is running in circles, and Tex and another guy is trying to rope him. "Boo!" I shout. Tex sees me. "Stay out, kid. He's spooked." The rain is coming down so hard I can barely see. My feet is sinking into the mud, so I scramble up onto the fence around the corral. Boo is acting crazy, the whites of his eyes wide and a kind of foam coming out of his mouth. Tex tries to calm him, but Boo jumps every time he gets near and just keeps running in circles. Tex and the other guy slowly corner him against the fence, and I see Boo's hoofs getting itchy like he gonna bust right out. But then a funny thing happens. Just when I thought he was gonna run over Tex, Boo suddenly sees me sitting on the fence and stops. Just plain stops and stares at me. It's spooky, like he trying to speak to me through a mind talk or something. He looking at me, and I swear it seemed like all his fear disappears. Tex slowly clumps his way through the mud and gets a rope on Boo. Boo don't fight back, but starts moving closer to me, dragging Tex with him. I'm kind of scared, but I reach out because it looks like he wants me to pet his head since we on the same level. Boo stands there staring at me, totally calm as my hand touches his mane, and it's like everything stops. All the craziness disappears. It's just me and Boo. Tex laughs. "That is the darndest thing I ever saw." I think you got a friend. I don't know if he talking to me or Boo, but I don't argue. After a few minutes, I let Tex and Boo out the corral to a little overhang thing in the side yard. He ties him up and says, "Stay, Boo." I ask, "You just gonna leave him out here?" Tex looks over at the Ritz. "Got to. No place to put him until we get that roof closed up. He'll be okay." Boo looks like them homeless guys you see on the street benches, all dirty and scruffy, hair going every which way. At least he out of the rain. I run into the clubhouse and find a couple of carrots in Tex's stash. When Boo sees me with them, he gets all excited, tugging on his rope. I hold them out, and he chomps them one at a time. I pet him on his neck, and he chews away. He calms down and starts chewing slower, just looking at me. I tell him he'll be all right. I think he believes me. I'm standing next to him when he finishes, and then he moves his head until it's resting against mine. We just stand there, listening to the rain fall on the metal roof over us.